Gort is coming. Gort is coming. Gort is coming. Gort is coming.
Ted Bundy, Jack the Ripper, the Zodiac Killer. What do all these people have in common? I'll give you a couple seconds to figure it out.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
If you haven't figured it out yet, you're a f***ing idiot. This is literally one of the easiest questions you'll ever be asked in your lifetime. They all killed people. Jesus Christ, motherfucker. How did you not figure that out? Anyways, you may be wondering what they have to do with our subject for today's video. He's just a simple little capybara named Gort, right? What if I told you he was actually a notorious criminal, wanted for several accounts of murder and possibly even more? So if you're not a fucking lazy Neanderthal, you would be able to find this basic information just from a simple Google search. However, if you go a little farther down this rabbit hole, you will find a far more twisted story of a monstrous being whom is more than just a mammal. So join me on this journey through the rabbit hole and the depths of the internet to find out why this innocent creature is a more horrifying tale than you could ever imagine. So, what do we know so far from our simple Google search? That Gort is wanted for several counts of murder. Now, who were the people he murdered? Who knows? Who cares? I certainly fucking don't, so let's move on. So far it's pretty basic stuff, right? But if you look around a little more, you'll notice there's other wanted pictures very similar to the one Gort has been placed in. You'll notice they all use the same exact format, but just use different creatures. He's been seen as an isopod, I think, or whatever the fuck it's called. Or he's also been seen as a duck and a monkey. So one might think to themselves, which one's the real one? What if I told you they're all the real ones? And I can prove it. Gort is a shape-shifting alien. Now, you motherfuckers might be saying to yourself, well, that's dumb, and it couldn't happen in the real world at all. And yet you motherfuckers believe in skinwalkers? What the fuck? Bruh. You expect me to believe in some sort of shape-shifting, godlike being over aliens that just hide in space without us ever meeting them? You're f***ing nuts. Anyways, we got a bit off topic. So, as I was saying earlier, Gort is an alien shapeshifter. Not only was there a History Channel episode where a guy straight up said that Gort is an alien. I don't know where I was going with that. I was going to continue to say something, but then I forgot. Anyways, now for us to connect all the animals I mentioned earlier. Here, somewhere, is a little personality profile someone made for Gort. It says he is extremely handsome, chill and charismatic, friends with everyone, always pulling up at the after party, and wanted for several counts of murder. Now you look me dead in the eyes and tell me that that doesn't fit any of the other animals mentioned. You can't. And if you do, you're f***ing wrong. Just look at them. Now let's get into the mental state of not only Gort, but his followers. That's right, you heard me correctly. Gort has his own f***ing cult. But we'll get back to this. So, on mental illness, it has been stated that Gort has 97 mental illnesses and is also banned from most public spaces. But as for the mental illnesses, we don't know. They've been marked as confidential by the government. But with some very basic, I'm a 14-year-old and this is deep, psychology information, we can deduce that some of his illnesses could be schizophrenia or Capgras syndrome. And as for the ban from most public places, I think that's pretty fucking obvious. I mean, come on. You've seen the other videos I made. I know you don't have that many brain cells left, but like, try to use the ones you do have left. Now, onto this cult that has been formed around him. From my knowledge, he wasn't actually a part of the cult or even had any part in forming it. But the way it works is there are leaders and worshippers. Pretty basic, right? So these leaders will have the worshippers do tasks. In exchange for the tasks, they'll get a reward. The reward being a drug. It looks the exact same as those little heart-shaped candies people give you out for Valentine's Day when they're broke and it's too cheap to go get anything else. Fuck those guys. But besides that, there's little hearts that will have words on them, but they just say Gort. This drug evidently can make you feel this emotion that is like overwhelmingly excited while also slowly killing you. Judging by this picture used to depict it, some say Gort's cult even influenced the likes of Charles Manson, but they're very loose connections, if at all. And to end this, we'll be asking ourselves, so where is Gord at today? Well, after the astronomical rise of his cult into the spotlight, it made him the #1 most wanted criminal on Earth. Though no one is too sure as to what exactly became of him, some say that the government found and executed him or locked him away to rot and deteriorate in prison. Others say he's still in hiding, maybe even taught people as horrible as Ted Bundy, whom we mentioned earlier. Some say he came back to the spotlight for a little bit to take on the role known as the Zodiac Killer. And some even believe he's lived long enough to have even been Jack the Ripper back in that time. The truth may never be figured out, so I suggest you lock your doors tonight, lock your windows, never go out alone, or maybe one day you'll find out where he has actually been.
Don't lose your way.